Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Aubrey. And in today's video, we are talking about my February wrap up and my March hopefuls. I will warn you in advance that my hopefuls list is really fucking long and kind of ridiculous, and I'm definitely not going to get to all of them, but that's beside the point. Let's get into every book that I read in February. I actually don't know how many books I read in February, just because I did quit counting toward the end, just because I was reading mangas and I just wasn't putting them on like my Fable or my Goodreads like when I finish them. Just like I would read one and then pick up the next one and then read one and pick up the next one. So I just haven't updated it since like a couple days before the end of February. So like the last 3 or 4 days of February, I didn't put anything that I read on there, but I did read a couple. But yeah, so we're just gonna go through everything that I read in February and everything that I want to read in March. Ignore Cleopatra, she's in a mood today. Yeah, so let's get into it. Also, I apologize in advance if the lighting goes weird. It's like kind of sunny, kind of overcast outside, so it's just like kind of, I can't decide what it wants to do. So let's get into it. The first book that I read in February was First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I'm not going to talk a lot about, well, I'm honestly not going to talk a lot about any of the books that I read just because I usually don't, but also especially these ones because I did read these in a reading vlog. So First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, I did give 5 stars. This was so fucking good. Bawled my little eyes out, and I highly recommend it. And then I went right into The Dead Romantics, which was my Fables book club pick for this month, and this was easily another 5-star book. Again, just go read it, and if you want to see more of my thoughts on it, go watch that reading vlog. And then I read Hated Rivalry by Rachel Reed. Finally jumped on the train of this, the hype train. I understand it. I gave this 4 stars, which was really pretty fucking good. So, and then getting into things you didn't see me read, I read, wait, is this in order? Hold on, I'm gonna try and go in order, but I don't really remember. I did do quite a few audiobooks. Not like, I shouldn't say quite a few. I did a couple audiobooks. Well, I listened to Ring Shout by P. Djeli Clark. I'm definitely saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. But I did listen to that one. I think I gave that one 4 stars. It was really good. It was really good, and it was just really interesting, and the premise was like, I don't know, it was really fucking good. And I'm pretty sure it was like a horror-esque sci-fi, like set in 1915, and it was about like the KKK, but different. It was good. I would recommend it, especially the audiobook. The audiobook was good. The narrator was excellent. She was excellent. Then I got into When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This was a 6-star fucking read for me. This book was so fucking good. I literally blew through it in 2 days. It was fucking insane. And then after I finished it, it sent me into the worst reading slump ever. Like, currently still in slump. I don't even know. This book was so fucking good. This book was so fucking good. I'm happy I waited because the second book is coming out soon, and I need to consume it so bad because this one was so fucking amazing. And I was honestly pissed off though because that I didn't pick it up sooner, because this has been in my TBR for a hot second. I fucking loved this. It was so good. It was, if you haven't read it yet, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, because you need to go and read it. It was phenomenal. Oh, and then I listened to Welcome to the Hugh Numdong Bookshop. I'm not even gonna try and say the author's name because I'm going to fucking butcher that even worse than I did Ring Shout's author. But that one was also really good. I think I gave that one 4.5, or maybe this one was also a 4. Yeah, this one was also a 4-star. It was really, really, really good. It was so cute. It was so heartfelt. I don't know. It just made me feel like all warm and fuzzy inside. Oh, that book was so fucking good. I do really recommend that one. Eesh. And then this is where it kind of goes a little bit downhill. Well, not like crazy. I did forget a book, but it is right here. Hold on. But yeah, it kind of goes a little bit downhill just with some of the reads, because then I read The 9-Month Contract by Amy Dawes, and I did not like this. I didn't. I think I gave it 3 stars. 3, honestly, probably should have given it a 2, is what I'm leaning more toward now thinking about it. It just wasn't good. It wasn't good. I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be a cute small town romance set in a really teeny tiny town up in the mountains with this hot sexy lumberjack brother. Like, the premise was really fun too. It's a little out there, and at first I was like, no, I think it'll be weird, and then I was like, you know what, no, I think it'll be kind of cute and fun, and then it was just bad. It was just bad. And then I read Strange Pictures by Uketsu. This was 4.5 stars. This was really, really good. I liked this better than Strange Houses. This one was really fucking good, and it was very like, I don't even know, like, this one was more horror than Strange Houses, because I think when I read Strange Houses, I thought it was more like comedy-esque, and this one was like giving horror and giving like, okay, this is kind of scary and creepy and weird, and I love it. Again, another banger by Uketsu. I'm very happy I read this, and I'm so excited to read more by this author. I think he's coming out with another book in the Strange Houses. I think the Strange Buildings is his next book, which I really want to get my hands on ASAP, but I don't know when it comes out. And then I was lucky enough to get an arc of This Wretched Alchemy by Tina Mars. Sadly, I did not love it. I also read this one in a reading vlog that you're gonna see after this goes up, but I'm not gonna say too much about it. But yeah, I just didn't love it. I didn't, like I said, you'll see more of my thoughts in my reading vlog, but I gave that one 3 stars. Yeah, but whatever. And then getting into everything that I read, like at the very end of the month, these were the last 2 books that made it into my updated Goodreads, updated Fable, which was On or Off book 1 and 2. This is a manga that was, I think it was originally published. It was originally published on Webtoon, and then they came out with the books because I read this on Webtoon a really long time ago. I think I only read this one, and then I finally read 1 and 2. These were so good. All of these books are getting 4 stars for me. They were just really good. I am excited because there's a 5th book, which I didn't know. I thought it was only 4, but then as we're going through the 4th book, because it gives you like little glimpses into the next book, which I really like. Actually, it was really fun. But let's actually see, because I think there's only 5. Yeah, so I just need to get number 5, which I'm really excited for. I'm really excited. I want it so bad. I need to order it. But so I read books 1 and 2, and then I read Game Changer by Rachel Reed. This one got 3.5 stars, I think. Yeah, this one got 3.5 stars just because it was so insta-lovey. I read this one in the vlog too, so I'm not gonna talk about this too much. 3.5 stars. It was very insta-lovey, so if that's not something you love, this maybe won't be like your favorite. It was still really good. I enjoyed Scott and Kip's story a lot still, but yeah, again, read this in a vlog. If you want more of my thoughts, the vlog will be out the week after this video is. And then I devoured books 3 and 4 in the On or Off series, and like I said, every book in the series is getting about 4 stars because they're not like anything crazy good, but they're so entertaining and so good and so cute, and I love them. They are spicy too. They are spicy, and I do love these ones because everything's in color. Like, they're full color mangas, which are so fun. And if you want to know, these are uncensored, because I know that's an important factor for some people reading mangas. But that's it though. That's everything I read, everything I listened to. I'm happy that I got to several audiobooks this month, honestly, because I've been wanting to read more audiobooks, like listen to more audiobooks, just because, especially when I'm like busy or like wanting to do things, it's a really great way to get my reading in when I'm like can't sit down and physically read. Okay, so now let's get into my March hopefuls. I'm really excited for March, but like I said, this list is extensive and not at all realistic, but they're hopefuls, okay? I'm a mood reader. I like a big long list of hopefuls. But okay, I have my required reading, so we're gonna go through the books that I don't own though that are on my required reading for this month, and that is, wait a minute, I have a list of everything, honestly. So the first one is Sinner by Sarah Simone. I think that's her name, Sarah Simone. I don't know. She wrote Priest, and Priest I read, and then Sinner is, because I think I've said this before, but me and my best friend did TBR scratch off card. We did like these things, and this month, so like we each did one. So like I did a stack of cards for her of books that I really want her to read, and then she did the same thing for me, books that she's read that she really wants me to read, and then we did a stack together of books that we want to read, like buddy read together. So Sinner is from the stack that she has read and she really wants me to read. I think Sinner is her favorite book in that series, and so she put it on my list, and I will be attempting to get to it this month. I don't own it though, and it's not on Kindle Unlimited, so I think I'm gonna end up having to borrow her copy just because I'm not really too keen on buying those copies. So when I read Priest, I think I really liked it, but thinking about it now, it just wasn't something that I'm ever gonna reread or want on my shelves. So, but yes, Sinner, and then Mara Dyer, which I think is a pullover from last month, just because again I don't own that one. I don't want to buy that one, so I need to borrow her copy, and I just haven't seen her, and I didn't see her much in February or at all in February, honestly, so I'm gonna borrow her copy when I see her this month. And the last book that I don't own is Dungeon Crawler Carl, and that is my Fables book club pick for this month. I'm really excited for that. I've been hearing a lot of amazing things about it, and yeah, I don't really know. I know it's like post-apocalyptic, and it's kind of like a video game-esque setting, and he has his girlfriend's cat named Donut with him. At least I think it's his girlfriend's cat. Ex-girlfriend's cat? I think it's ex-girlfriend's cat, Donut, is going through this with him, so I am really excited. I think it's gonna be super fun, and I don't know, I'm excited for it. But okay, I think that's all of the books I don't own. Yes. Okay, and that was all my books that I don't own for my required reading, and then getting into the books that I do own for my required reading is Forget Me Not and Addicted to You. These are 2 books that, again, from my best friends list. I have a couple more because I'm doing a video with these, which I'm really excited about. Oh no, because it's Daisy Jones and the Six. Daisy Jones and the Six is another one that I don't own. That is on my TBR for this month. I'm doing that one on audio though, currently listening to it now. But yes, Daisy Jones and the Six is another one I don't own. And then Forget Me Not and Addicted to You. Those are all going to be in a video, so brace yourself for those. I am nervous about this one. Very, very nervous. And then me and my best friend decided to pull 2 books for our buddy read this month. I don't know if we're gonna get to both of them because somehow we got 2 chunky books, but the first one is Fairy Tale by Veronica Lancet. This is the one that I'm most excited for just because this has been on my TBR for a hot second. And I've heard so many amazing things about this, and it's just dark, gothic, romanticy, and I am so fucking excited, especially with this cover. She's gorgeous, except I am kind of jealous of people who got the reprint cover when they got when this book got traditionally published, because that cover is gorgeous. And the book is actually a normal size book, but I still love this cover. I won't be buying a new one unless I absolutely fall in love with this, but I'm hoping I do. And then the next book that me and my best friend are buddy reading is North is the Night by Emily Rath. This is supposed to be sapphic. And I'm really excited for that. And I think it's just a dark sapphic romance as well. I think it is a dark, well, I think it is, I don't know if it's a dark, I know it's a sapphic romantasy. I'm hoping it's a dark sapphic romantasy, just because that would make this so fun. I am a little nervous because Emily Rath wrote it, and I read her book Pucking Around, and it was really pretty good, but then that's the only book in that series that I've read, and I have no desire to read the rest of the series, but I'm hoping I love it. I really am. Okay, and then getting in, so then I have just one other pullover outside of Mara Dyer from March, and that is Assassin's Quest. I need to fucking pick this up. I think I've fallen back into my, like, oh, I'm not reading big books because I want to hit my reading goal, which I need to fucking knock it off because I want to read this book so fucking bad. And I'm looking forward to it so much, and so I think I'm gonna read it quite soon because I haven't started anything yet. Like, I'm currently not reading anything. I mean, technically I'm in the middle of a couple books, but currently I'm not actively reading anything, and so I need to pick a book, and I was debating on starting this one for like one of my first, like for my first book in March, so maybe. But I also have a big fat stack here outside of the ones I just showed you. These are my not required reading, but the books that I'm probably more excited to read, and Assassin's Quest is on the tippy top of that list. So I'm hoping that I will finally get to this in March. Book is the third and final book in the Farseer trilogy, and a very high, like probably one of my most anticipated releases of this year, Half City by Kat Golden. I finally got my hands on this. Welcome to Harker Academy for Deviant Defense. Keep your daggers sharp and your wits even sharper. I'm pretty sure it's demon and then demon times demon hunter. I can't even. It's honestly between this and Assassin's Quest on what the fuck is gonna be my first book of March. I cannot believe I have my hands on that. I'm so fucking happy about it. I recently got The Lamb by Lucy Rose. This is a horror love story. I don't know, it says a folk tale, a horror story, a love story, and enchantment. I just got this because it was in a horror section at the bookstore, and I'm very fucking excited about it. And I think it's sapphic. So it says It says, with this gothic coming-of-age tale, debut novelist Lucy Rose explores how women swallow their anger, desire, and animal instincts and wrings the relationship between mother and daughter until blood drips from it. Very fucking excited for this one. Oh wait, I think this might be a pullover too. The Unnatural Way of Things. This is my book of the month pick for February, and I think I got this January. Maybe it was February? I don't know. But I didn't think that my subscription renewed until March, and then it renewed February 24th, and I was like, oh, wasn't expecting that. So I need to read this before I order another book, or at least start it before I order another book, just because I don't want to have a bunch of book of the month books like piled up and then I haven't read any of them, you know? It's like I debated skipping this month, but I didn't, because I do think I've decided what I want to get from book of the month in March. I'm really excited about it, but I do need to read this ASAP so I can order my March book. And then I have this gorgeous stack of special editions, so bear with me here. So I got Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. I don't actually know anything about this. I just know that this has been talked about a lot, especially for people who like high fantasy. And I've just heard a lot of good things about this. And they recently, like, well, not recently, but they are getting republished in these fucking gorgeous special editions that, like, whoa, that creaked. But like, I just can't they're so stunning. They're so stunning. They're so pretty. And so I'm getting it. Well, I mean, I got it and I'm going to continue to get them. And then The Bond That Burns by Briar Bolin. I need to get to this in March because the third one, the Wings That Bind is the third one. That one comes out this month. So I need to read this one so I can pick that one up immediately and consume it. So the second book in the Bloodwing Academy series. We're down to the last two. I promise. I'm gonna be done yapping soon. Hollow by Suzanne Valenti and Caroline Peckham. This is stunning, gorgeous, amazing. This is stunning, gorgeous, amazing. Like, are you kidding me? I'm disappointed because the hardcover is plain, but like, it's fine. But yeah, again, another one that I know fucking nothing about, but I've heard good things about it, and it's gorgeous. I don't know. I just know that I really love the Twisted Sisters, even though I've only read one of their books. But I am still super excited for this, and I really would like to get to it this month, even though, again, I have almost the entire Zodiac Academy series and I've only read the first one. Listen, it's fine. It's fine. And then the final book on my March hopefuls list is Eternal Ruin by Tigges Girma. I've been putting this one off because I don't want it to be over, even though it's not over because I know there's gonna be a third book, but I would have to wait for the third book and I don't want to, and so I've been putting this off, and I know I'm gonna love it. I know I'm gonna eat it up. I know it's gonna be fucking phenomenal, amazing, everything that I ever fucking wanted in a book. I don't want to read it yet, but regardless, I'm going to pick it up in March. I'm going to read it in March, and I'm very fucking excited for this one because I think it's going to be fucking incredible. Like, I know it's gonna be fucking incredible. Who am I talking? She's gorgeous. So yeah, this one will definitely be happening soon. I wish I could read like 24 books in a month, but I'm not a very fast reader, so it doesn't happen. But it's okay. 11 books read in February, about 80,000 books on my March hopefuls list, but you know, a girl can dream, right? A girl can dream. Yeah, I don't know, that was just a really rapid fire fucking wrap up and TBR. So I'm sorry that I didn't go into a lot of detail about them. Thanks for sitting, thanks for yapping with me, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.